See how this goes. Can you see the board? This is awesome. All right, let's start. E4 is my move. Now I'm invisible, so it's going to be one or the other here. And we've got a Sicilian. Knight of 3. Hi. D4. So far, so good. So this is a nice slow game compared to what we've been used to on the stream. Let's see what we can get out of it. You're on camera. What happens next? Knight C3. This is called the, I don't remember. Maybe it's the Najdorf Sicilian. By the way, if you see Najdorf, N-A-J-D-O-R-F, it's not pronounced like that. It's pronounced Najdorf. But I don't remember if this is the Najdorf. It's because I'm silly and haven't looked at my openings in a long time. So what am I going to play? Bishop E3. I don't know what I'm doing, but we're not going to let that stop me. Maybe an analyzer afterwards. We're going to review the game after the fact and see what we could have done better. So maybe the computer analysis will tell me what I should have done in this opening. This is really something you guys should do when you find an opening you're comfortable with, is look up how you're actually supposed to play it instead of just winging it every game, because knowing what other people play will definitely improve your opening. Learn from others. Don't make the same mistake everybody else is making. So my development's almost complete. Got my queen off the back rank. Next, bring my rooks in. Is he going to cause a problem over here? Yes. I can fix that with G3, this pawn forward, or H3, this pawn forward. I like H3 because my pawn structure is a little bit stronger. I don't have the weaknesses on the white squares that I would have if I played G3. So I like that position a little bit more. Let's bring in my rooks now, a little bit more development. And, well, does he really want to trade? I'm pinned, so E4 is in danger. I could just move up to get out of the pin. Or I could bring, I kind of like bishop here actually, because he's thinking about D5, and that helps the bishop to attack that square. So let's give him the link to the stream as well, so this guy can be distracted by the stream. Forum, general chess discussion, chess was live stream. It was so kind of Thibaut, as it's pronounced, to post the URL right here. So copy link address and paste. So let's distract this guy with a video of himself. That's going to be the way to win. So I could kick this bishop away. I kind of like making him trade because I get a bishop for a knight. And if he runs, well, then he runs. So now I should probably move out of the pin because I don't really want to capture with a pawn and double up my pawns in that way. But if I move up, he plays knight E5. And he picks up my bishop for his knight. That's not very clean. Maybe I should just take his knight. Yeah, I'll take his knight. With the pawn, that's interesting. So I'm thinking about queen in here, just because I want to get the rest of my pieces active. Bishop over here looks interesting as well, bishop G5. But the most interesting move is this one, winning the exchange. His queen has to move. I pick up the rook for the bishop. I definitely like that move best after considering my options. So this is looking pretty good for me. Even though I only have 1 minute left, it's plenty of time to mate this guy. What? What? Why would you move there? Now I can't win your rook. What a disappointment. This is actually nice for me. I like that this pawn is here. I'm making things up. That's not even true. Look how it's blocking in my bishop. Now this pawn is blocking the bishop and the pawn can't move. So there went that free exchange. Maybe the computer can tell me after the game what I should have done. Maybe there was a way to pick that up. I don't think so, but so close. So it's looking pretty even again. We each have 2 bishops and a knight. We each have 3 pawns here, 4 pawns here. Couldn't be more even in terms of material, but I'm the one holding this open file. So my pieces are a bit more active. So let's see if I can capitalize on that. Drive this bishop away. Just because I don't want him to take my knight. My queen wants to go do better things than guard that knight, namely that. And so if I left that bishop able to take my knight, then my pawns would get doubled up here. And if I had 1 pawn here, 1 on c3, 1 on c2, that would be much worse pawns than otherwise. Let's see if he trades queens. He probably will because his rating is 1918 and mine is 2126. When you're playing someone 200 points higher, you like trades. That's my prediction. He does not trade. Where shall my bishop run to? Interesting. Interesting. I'll just come all the way back. This counts as development. I can still pop it over here. Because the rook is out from the side, it's not trapping in a rook, so it's not so bad to have the bishop here. On its own starting square. Back home, bishop. So it looks like pretty even game still, but I really like my active pieces. He's going to play pawn to c5. I just know it. Because that's going to free up his position a little bit. I like this move because now I'm really bearing down on the knight. I only have 20 seconds left, so I'm going to have to play really fast. And unfortunately, that means I can't explain what I'm thinking about quite as much because I don't have time for it. So I'll throw out some quick moves and then we can talk about it afterwards. Boom. And probably going to be taking that because the knight's going to run. Actually, it's not going to run because I'll be... didn't expect that, but I don't have time to think about it. Just got to move, move, move. I think he's getting into some trouble here, though. I mean, he's got his bishop under attack. I got a lot of attackers on it. Yep, he's lost this piece. It wasn't easy to untangle himself from that position, and that just happened because I had more space. Because I took this open file and I was the one controlling it, the opportunities were just all mine. I mean, material was even, but I still had the advantage. So now I have a huge advantage, so I just have to play quickly. He only has 12 seconds also, but since you get a new second every move, we're not going to run out of time. At least I'm not. He could still run out of time. This guy might not be used to playing really, really fast games where you only get 1 second added. But as you guys know from my stream, I'm very comfortable in that kind of position. So I kind of get a time edge when I play these slower games because I play people who aren't quite so speedy. So this guy's actually probably going to run out of time because he doesn't have the experience playing 1-0 and 0-1 games that I do. Boom! There goes his time. So I really like that game, you know, how I took that open D file and GG, and was able to capitalize on it. But he moved a lot of his pieces back. He never really got this bishop or this rook in the corner on the queen side out of the game and into the fight, so that was definitely a disadvantage for him. So let's go replay and analyze and request a computer analysis, and let's see what we could have done better. Drink some water there. While that's analyzing, let's switch back to me. All right, the analysis is done. Let's switch back. Here we go. Look at that. We made some mistakes. This is cool. Let's look at the stats. 6 inaccuracies and 4 mistakes. I got lots of room for improvement, but not as many as my opponent. All right, so no complaints about the opening. We can see computer liked all these moves. Castles, rook in, bishop pin. So the computer didn't like him moving his bishop back there. It liked e7 better because he's got all these pawns on the white squares here, and so the bishop fits really well inside there, kind of holding his position together. Goes off to the side and it's not doing that. So take, like that move just fine, glad to see that. Bishop f4, inaccuracy. Oh, I thought that was a brilliant move when I made it because I didn't see e5. Excuse me, let me drink a little water here. The best move was bishop c5. So if we look at the bishop c5 line, let's see if it can show us this. Nice. Rook d8. Oh, look at that. I could have skewered him. What happens next? Come flying out. The rook, he does escape with the piece, but my pieces are so active. Look at that strong attack. Wow. He comes back. e5. Interesting line here. So I get a really strong attack, and I end up winning this knight at the end of this line. So let's go back to the beginning of that. So in this position, I moved bishop here thinking I could win that rook. I didn't even see e5, which is horrible. I should be embarrassed for that. But if I had played here, he has to bring his rook over, and then I can throw my bishop in there. Even though I'm not going to win the rook, because his rook is pinning me to my queen, it's still a very active position. So that was what I should have done. Knight d7, mistake. Bishop moves bishop e6, and we saw why this was a mistake, because his pieces are way back here crammed in, and I turned that into a win later. Excuse me, b4, inaccuracy, best move is bishop e7. So here's another chance where I could have just gotten my, oh, look at that. Bishop e7, and he moves his queen away. So here's a tactic I totally missed. Jump in here, the rook has to move, and then back to d6, and I win this rook. So I could have won material there, could have won pieces. Instead that, and then, oh, queen d6. It says it's a mistake just because I missed the same move again. I missed bishop e7 and then bishop back here. All these delicious pieces on dark square, queen and both rooks. And my bishop didn't take that, so jumping through here. King h8's a mistake because he should have not done that. Simple enough. Bishop d4. Inaccuracy to trade. He should have brought on more defense to his knight. That's no big surprise. And his position starts falling apart. So this is an interesting one. It actually says I should pick up this free pawn instead of doubling up my rooks. I totally agree. Let's go through here kind of fast because I'm excited to play another game of chess. Bishop d4, mistake. It's just because he's fallen apart, he's not defending well enough, and I pick up a piece. So let's see if there's any more huge blunders. Oh, lost forced mate sequence. So I could have rook d8 with checkmate. Instead, I just traded down. But can you really blame me? I mean, look at this little indicator here. I'm ahead 4.29 pawns. So, oh no, I didn't get an advantage of 10 pawns. But I'm still way, way ahead. I can't lose. Ba-da-da-da. Look at all these mistakes. Mistake. 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 Inaccuracy. Mistake. And I still win. How can I do that with all those mistakes? Because when I go from winning by 7 pawns down to winning by 6 pawns, it's like, well, you made a mistake. And I don't really care about that. I mean, I still win. Let's go play. All right, good game. Let's switch over to the chat and see how guys are. When you change to webcam, your mic turns off. Oh, that's terrible. Man. Okay, thank you for telling me. Let's see what we can do about that. So webcam. And chat. Yep, totally true. No one can hear me. Okay, let's see if I can fix that. Camera, change audio. Oh, that's so sad. That means at the beginning, my whole intro and everything, no one could hear it because it was a picture of me. Built-in microphone audio. Let's try this. Can you hear me now? Haha! Much better. Okay, so when I went like this at the beginning of the cast, that was me showing off this shirt, which my friend made for me. It matches my logo, so that's pretty cool. And I showed you my Rubik's Cube. I was saying, look at this white cross. I was saying, if you guys tune in the future, you may get to see me solve that thing. Because I am pretty fast at that, but not today. That's the teaser. So too bad, so sad. So that's not me solving the cube, just showing the cube. Did I miss anything else on the camera? No. So that's enough camera. I even have this mode where I can overlay both at once, but I kind of block the chessboard, and I know you guys would rather see the chessboard than me. So we're not going to do the picture-in-picture today, although I may get that working. It was also crashing my computer, so that's no fun. So let's play another game. Create game. 3-1 worked pretty well, so let's do that again. We got some talk in the chat, so while we're waiting for an opponent, let's pull that up. Can hear you now. Nice design. Yep, gone. Now we got the sound. Thumbs up. Awesome. Yeah, I had the sound turned off on that view. Getting a little confused with the Ustream software there. Card on Chuck is our opponent. Hi. I'm going to start with e6. The reason I like this, I told you in a previous streams, because you can play against anything. But also, he might play e4 against it, and then I've transposed into the French defense, which I love playing. So it's kind of like, I know you opened with the queen pawn, but I would rather play a king pawn opening. So here's your opportunity to do that. This a3 is kind of a strange move. It's like he's saying, I really don't want your bishop down here, so I'm going to waste an entire move to prevent it. You're on camera. And look at all that center he's taken. But can he hold it? Is he going to play f3 to hold that center? Look at that. It's all pawns all the time. Let's give him the link. Good luck. Smiley face. All right, so let's freak this guy out. Excuse me. I'm going to hydrate my throat a little bit there. So I'm thinking d5 is a good idea at some point here. But first we're going to throw, well, can we do that right now? Take. He's got 3, I've got 4 defenders. I just don't know about how the center is going to end up, so I'm going to move it 1 square. Maybe I'll strike out with c5 instead. At some point I need to use a pawn to attack this center, and knight here. but not right away. I can take my time. This is a good time. Let's play c5 instead. So I want to bring my rooks in as well, but I just don't quite have enough space. And this isn't going to help because I'm going to close that right up. So with this closed center, it's going to be levers that open the position. So pawn here or pawn b4 for him, or maybe if I play f5 or he plays f4, something like that is going to open up the position. And it looks like he's going kingside. So I'm tempted to bring my knight back so I can play f5. But I won't have much space if I do that. So let's get out of the way because we know the king side's going to open up pretty soon. And when it does, we don't want our king to be super attacked. Knight back here. This looks crazy, but because my king's in the corner, this is much better than just having my knight here at the start of the game. Funny, 2 games in a row we've had. Let's see what happens. We've had positions where I move my piece right back to its home square here in the corner. So if I capture and he takes with the pawn, my king is really exposed. Don't really like that. Looks like my king's getting opened up either way. Slide my queen around. I want to bring as much as I can over to the king side. Unfortunately, he's castling queen side, which means I'm in trouble because this is going to open up and it's only my king on this side. So what's my chance here? In order to get a chance in this game, I need to close up king side and switch to attacking on the queen side. Is that going to be possible? We shall see. Maybe a6, b5 here, open this up on the queen side. It's getting pretty tough. I'm going to play that. Even though it throws away a pawn, because he's got all these attackers, it opens it up over here. And that's what I need to distract him from this attack. And he's ignoring it, so capture. Now I've got an open line anyway, so we can start to do some mischief. All he can do here so far is trade. It's getting pretty dangerous. For example, knight takes g7, throwing away the knight. I take only with the king, it's the only thing I can take with. And then pawn takes here, threatening bishop down to h6, check, winning my rook. Don't know if that's a good line for him, but it's the kind of thing that could happen to me. Now that he has all these pieces down here. So I just kind of have to wait and see. I know the computer's going to tell me how I could have defended better, and that's a good thing, because look at this attack. I don't really even want to trade those. Let's go this way. Because this is his super bad bishop. Oh, and now he's using it to attack me. Knight in here. Queen in here. This is going to be tough to defend for sure. How did I get myself into this position? So we closed up the center, but he hadn't castled yet, so he was able to just go queenside and really nail me on the king side. So this is going to be really dangerous. Can I close this up? No, because my queen's under attack. Got to capture. Well, now I'm ahead of pawn. So now I just have to trade everything, promote that pawn to queen, and we're good. Dangerous, dangerous. Yikes. I do not like my open king here, but maybe I can close it up. I've got a lot of pawns. He's probably going to retreat with his knight because I don't think he wants to trade for my bad bishop. That'll give me a little bit of a breather. He wants to trade. Keep up the momentum. I might be okay here. I kind of want a king g8 and run away with my king. I don't think I have time for that, though. Opening it up. Let's trade these bishops. Normally, I wouldn't want to trade my good bishop for his bad, but his bad bishop is pretty active out here. I mean, these center pawns are not blocking it at all. So let's trade after all. Can I just take this? I can. Do I want to? Sure. Getting a little low on time, so I've got to play quicker. If he takes me here, I'll recapture. If he doesn't take me, this pre-move over here will be ignored because my rook can't take my own bishop. Here comes the attack. Can I defend like this? All my extra pawns might come in handy here. Oh, there was that little trick over there. Definitely going to be seeing the word mistake written after that move. Maybe I can catch the bishop anyway. I cannot. He's starting to run low on time, and I hate to win on time because I'm trying to actually improve here and not just win on the clock, but I'll take a win when I can. You know, it's hard to resist a win. So I think I actually am going to win here. 17 seconds against 30. Even though I'm down on time, I'm playing players who may not have as much experience in super, super fast chess, whereas I have lots of experience in fast chess, as you guys know. So I think I've got a shot at winning in this when it gets down to a rush, a time race. As long as I don't get mated here. My rooks have to... No! Is he going to pick all this up? Trade his 2 rooks for my knight and queen? No. He can do some pretty mean things to me here. Oh, great. Yeah, the mate came through. I wasn't able to escape that. And look, I've got Clarky and Thibault watching me lose. This is sad. Like I said in episode 1, my skill in slower games is not so hot. And that's what we're looking to improve today. And that's why I can blame the loss on that. Yikes, check. Maybe I can check him to death. Unfortunately, I cannot. And there's checkmate. Oh, he let me live. Maybe he'll run out of time still. Nope, there's checkmate. Ah. Plus 169, this guy's in disguise. Look at that, 169 points. That is not normal. So let's take a peek at this guy. How did he get that many points? By having played so few games. He's played 3 rated games with 2 wins and a draw. So this is probably not his real rating. Or at least, maybe not his real rating. He beat this guy. Well, who'd he draw with? That'll tell us how strong he is. Oh, he drew with Milan Beloburk. Milan Beloburk. And he's in 1988, so maybe we can't blame it on that. Well, where'd my game go? Over here. Let's review that one. Find those mistakes. Was it a mistake to close up the center? That would be good to know, because that led to that horrible kingside attack. Or how could I have defended that attack better? That would be good to know. Why are these guys spectating my game? I don't know. Oh, they want to talk to me. Thank you. You can talk to me in chat too, but I guess it appears right on the screen if you do it inside the game. So let's jump back to the stream. Yeah, you guys can talk here. King Crusher is online too. My nemesis, apparently, because my streaming investigate these new players who rock it up for cheating. Good idea, but I don't know if this guy's cheating. I mean, his play was, I guess we can find out from the analysis whether it was perfect. And it says not perfect, so I don't think he was a cheater. He just had only played 1 or 2 games so far. So let's get back to King Crusher, by the way. He, over here in the forum, created a new post. Let me just do some advertising for him. Called King Crusher Live Bullet Commentary. So maybe my commentary inspired him to do his own commentary. I know he's already been doing some on YouTube, and now he's thrown up one more, and he's posted a link. So you guys should go check that out, because he's a much better player than I am. He even gets a CM, which stands for Cool Man. Not actually. Next to his, I don't have any CM next to me, so obviously he's cooler. So you should go check out his stream as well. You're going to see some better chess on that. This is the place to find your mistakes. And watch me make mistakes anyway. F3 is an inaccuracy. What do you recommend? E5. Okay, so I already made a mistake here by allowing E5. So I guess maybe I should have played D6 to prevent that? Let's jump into that line and see what happens. So I have to move my king back. I did not see this. But if he pushes his pawn in the opening, my knight has no safe squares. This is guarded by a pawn up here. Well, I could move up here, but it's not recommending it. And side is covered by the queen. So that we both breezed right past that. He comes out to attack the king side in this line. So these aren't the moves of the game. This is an imaginary line that the computer says might have happened if we were better players. So I'll have to watch out for e5 in the future. Castles, bishop out, d6, dun dun dun, c5. Okay, so it does say e5 was a mistake. This was the move that closed up. You're checking him. Thank you. This is the move that closed up the position, and then his attack came through. So it's good to know that was an inaccuracy. What I should have played was knight e5. This leads to a much different game, because with the trade in the center, it's not quite so locked up, and I'm able to kind of distract him from an attack a lot better. So let's look at this line real quick. Computer says this might happen. And there's no crushing attack. This is a pretty normal chess game. So maybe next time I won't be closing up the center with e5 and letting myself get attacked. h4, knight g8. It's funny that that's not a mistake, because look how I'm pulling my pieces back. f6. Queen e8 is an inaccuracy. I should trade, Okay, that's good to know. I didn't like opening up this H file for my rook, or for his rook, because it's right across from my king. Let's take a quick peek down this line. He does castle queenside, and I do okay. The attack doesn't come yet. So he castles queenside. So this is already, I think I'm in trouble. Let's see what the computer says. Advantage 1.42. This is 1.42 pawns, and this is pretty impressive considering no trades have occurred. We both have our knights, bishops, rooks, queens, pawns, and kings. Nothing has come off the board, and yet he has this big advantage. Where's it from? It's not actual pawns. It's this super strong attack he's got going against me. So I'm behind even though nothing's been traded. It's kind of weird, but that's what's going on. A6. Knight F5 is an inaccuracy. He should just pick up my free pawn, obviously. I thought he was going to do that. Interestingly, the computer did not say that throwing away this pawn was a mistake. I felt that I was probably making a mistake by throwing it away. A5. Should have played knight b6, which I played a little bit later. There's that move. Queen comes in. And here's another mistake of his. I think it's just saying mistake because his attack could have been much, much stronger, and it turned out to be tolerable. Here he's losing his pawn. So the attack was, he made some mistakes, and that allowed me to almost survive. And I'm sure we're going to see a big mistake I'm making here. Trying to trade bishops. I should have just taken that pawn. So this was defendable, although you can see the computer still gives advantage to him. Let's blitz through the rest of this so we can start a new game. Boom, boom, boom. Huge mistake. Whoops. That was the wrong button. We just left the analysis. Come back. Where were we? Boom, boom, boom. Fly through the rest of the game. And he's super far ahead. He's ahead by a queen here. It's hilarious because he's actually not. We each have 5 pawns. We each have a knight, 2 rooks, and a queen. The reason is that checkmate is now unavoidable. Definitely not a message you want to be seeing when you're playing chess, unless it's for the opponent. So I'm fleeing the checkmate, but it's no good. So look at this. Huge advantage for him, even though no pieces have come off the board. That's the power of an attack. So I was running out of time there at the end of that game too. In an effort to play better chess, we're going to go with 4 minutes, but we're also going to take the +1 off. And that's going to keep our opponents on their toes. Our next opponent is Doom. Or Daum. We're going to call him Doom. D6. This is called the Pirc opening. And I'm always annoyed by people pronouncing it Perk because it's spelled P-I-R-C, which looks like Perk. And I actually had a former chess coach who called it Perk, and he would insist that it should be called Perk, even though it's not. It's Pirc. But it doesn't usually go this way. I think that's a mistake for him, because after I trade, I can zip down here with my queen, prevent him from castling. Yeah, I like that. This is a mistake. What? What? Well, this is definitely interesting. Looks like he has this whole thing memorized. Look, he's only used 3 seconds. With this knight pinned, e4 is going to fall. If I capture here, he takes on e4. If I block the pin, he picks this up with his queen. He had this whole thing planned. Not fair. This is all part of a secret plan. I did not win a pawn. I did not keep him from castling. And I've used up a whole minute noticing all this stuff. Block the pin. He captures here with his queen. Bring my bishop out. To here. I can't castle because of this diagonal, so my plan is to bring my queen up a little bit. Definitely doing that now to stop some of the shenanigans this knight could be pulling. Okay, get out of here, knight. I've got plans, and you're blocking them. I've got a choice of which side to castle. King side is the sane side over here, because that's the normal, safe move. Queen side is the insane side, but this is a surprise. What's he throwing in here? Capture this way. Might be able to stir up some tactics. Because I'm on the diagonal against his rook. He has to move knight back here to save both his knight and save his rook from getting gobbled up. Then when I play e5, things will get spicy. Pawn takes, knight moves again, then e6, opening up a discovered attack to the rook. And then he saves his rook, and he'll probably castle, and then f7, which is check. None of that ever happened. It's kind of funny. Chess players will spend all this time thinking about what never happens. It's kind of like a worry wart. Instead, I get a free piece. Okay, so this is now instant win. I can't lose this game. I just won a knight for a pawn. And sorry to all you guys who think, oh, I've lost a knight, now I need to play really well. It's actually, now I've lost a knight and I can't win. Unfortunately, a knight is a huge, oh, queen's even bigger. Knight's a huge, GG. A huge, huge, huge disadvantage in a normal game. Now in a super, super, super fast game, it's not. He wants to play again. You're on camera. In a fast game, you could pick up another knight, but in a real chess game, you know, you're down a knight and it's over. So I'm sorry to break that to you, but you might as well resign if you're playing a competent opponent once they know what they're doing. This is a very strange opening, the b4. I don't remember what it's called, but it's named after some crazy animal. I think, like an orangutan, something like that. Castle, c4, so he's going all space on the queen side. Should I capture that? Why should I? Let him capture me. Bring my pawns toward the center. Now this is interesting. I'd like to get e5 played so I can bring this bishop out. Or I could go on b6 on the queen side, bring it out on this way. Well, let's do that. You know, even though he's white, so he got the first move. Let's paste the stream to him so he's like, how am I on camera? Now he knows. So I got the first move, or he got the first move, sorry, because he's white. But he's not ahead in development because, whoa, crazy man. Rook over here, so he's not castling on this side. That tells me his king is in danger. I need to open the center. He's planning a huge kingside attack, which is why he played this. So he can move his g-pawn all the way down here. Which means I need to plan a huge attack in the center, which is why I'm throwing pawns forward like this. Because if my attack comes first, his will never happen. Take, take. Let's close King's Crusher's tab. Now let's leave that open. Maybe I should watch that stream. I should, but not while you're watching my stream. Otherwise, that would be a little meta. This should be an easy game. Hello! You know what? I'm going to say hi to all these guys. Hi, guys. I'm running out of time. So we'll have to do that after the game. So look at that. Opening up the center. I will do that. I wish I had a few more moves played. Had brought out my knight here and brought my rooks to the middle. Because as it is, I'm not getting my development finished. But I have successfully stalled his attack. He's getting very little done in terms of his kingside attack. He hasn't even made his first move. He's just moved his rook over. I kind of want to leave queens on the board because I got to think about this one. Because his king is pretty vulnerable because he can't castle on the king side. I want more queens on the board so that there will be more danger for his king. I don't want trades. But he probably is thinking the same thing because he's an attack lover. He probably wants to keep his queen around too. This f4 is kind of a mistake because it creates this opening where he can never kick my knight away. It's called a hole, the technical term, for a space like that. So I'll just take that, swing my bishop around here to challenge his. I think he's going to be in trouble because his king has no safety at all. Oh, I threw away a piece! No! What was I thinking? I needed that knight to help protect over here. Now we have to trade queens too. So I have to resort to winning on time, forcing him to make some other mistake. Let's make it complicated. So first of all, I'm going to play a lot faster when you lose a whole piece. That's what you need to do. Because that'll help your opponent to mess up. Next thing you need to do is make it complicated. Don't make trades if you're losing, because that'll just speed your demise. So keep the pieces on the board and play nice and fast is my advice for people in positions like this, where you're horribly losing. Bishop here. He's going to move his bishop here, but then I'm going to pick up this pawn. Told ya. What happens next? Oh, I didn't notice this one over here. There's a trade. I do not have enough pieces. I could use an extra knight or two. That would help me out a bit. Don't like trades. Sorry. I'm not trading with you. He's still got 2 minutes left. That's way too much time. So my one saving piece here could be this pawn. If I could stir up a lot of trouble with it, maybe I can get it promoted. He might have trouble saving his knight. His knight is guarded only by the bishop, and the bishop now is being kicked around. So maybe I can... No, it doesn't quite work. But this works. Yeah, very good, very good. Don't want to trade here, so let's flee. Run. His rook's kind of hurting for squares. Is this the time to bring my bishop out? Start pushing my pawn? Maybe. Let's start with the pawn. And bishop later. Bishop next. This is such a good square for his knight. It's attacking these squares that I really want for my own bishop. I think I'm going to have to trade, which I don't want to do. I don't want to trade. I can't escape it. Talk about slow-paced. I am not used to these slower games. And slow for me means problem, because I'm down. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much a goner here. Try to do something with my rook. That's something. Not enough, but it's something. I don't want to trade, as a rule. But being down an entire piece is not much fun either. Rook's going here next. He's playing knight d4. Oh, he's not. I'm still moving here. He's going to try to checkmate me. 20 seconds left. Maybe I'm the one that's going to run out of time. Definitely a horrible position with 16 seconds as well. Not much in my favor. This is a bad use of everybody's time. I mean, here I am streaming a lost position over a series of several minutes. While I run out of time. No one wants to watch this. I'm sorry, guys. Here, I'll throw away my bishop. Maybe that'll throw away my rook. Maybe that'll cheer everybody up. He's only ahead of rook, and I only have 10 seconds. How bad could it be? Let's take that knight. Come on, push your pawn. I'll have a chance if you push your pawn. No. Six seconds. Oops. Could have used that knight. Oh, I'm out of pieces. Now he knows how to mate. 17 seconds. Let's see how fast he is. You know what? This might not cut it. Wow, look how slowly the pieces move. You know what? I thought when you ran low on time, the pieces were slower. Ah, 1.3, I had a chance. Okay, I won't do that to you guys again. Here's me apologizing. Ready? Sure, I'll play you again, but hold on. I'm sorry. Switch cameras. I'm sorry for playing that really long game where I was losing the whole time. I won't do it again. Okay, now we've got that out of the way. Tell him good game. Congrats on the win. Another Pierce, but now I'm ready for this guy's trick. I'm going to protect with the bishop, very unorthodox, so that I can play c4. He won't be expecting this, so now he can't play his little shenanigans with queen a5 like he did last game. Let's give him the stream again so that he is distracted. And maybe it'll throw him off his game a little bit. Okay, this is the last slow game. I'm going to speed it up after this. I mean, 4 minutes, that's like an eternity. There is no way we can tolerate such a slow game. So sorry about that. It's going to be all fast games from now on. Faster, anyway. A4 to prevent B5. This is a trick players use to prevent somebody from taking space on the side of the board. It's very obnoxious when you're black and your opponent just throws a rook pawn out there. I call it a rook pawn because it's on the same line as the rook starts out. Look how annoying this is for his pawns. They cannot rearrange themselves in an orderly fashion. Let's trade bishops. This is he's invested a lot into this bishop. He's moved this pawn up to make room for it. He's put it on this long diagonal. So he doesn't want to trade. And because he doesn't, I do. Whatever he doesn't want, that's what I want. Now I'm really tempted to play e5. Am I still tempted? It's a little less tempting now. But it's still tempting. Oh, I'm doing it. This game is going much more quickly, even though it's still a 4-minute game, because we've kind of got the adrenaline going from the last game when we had to play really, really fast. So everybody's playing quicker now. I wonder if we can see what we can do here. Oh, look at that. Capture on f6 check. It's pretty good. Anything better? There's a saying, when you see a good move, sit on your hands and look for a better one. That's the rule. If you're playing in a tournament or in a slower game, you should definitely do that, because a mistake beginners make is when they see something good, they make the move too quickly, and they don't take the opportunity to find an even better move. And I've made that mistake before, so you can learn from me. So I picked up a couple pawns here. Position's looking much better than last game when I threw away a knight for nothing. I'm tempted to play b4 so I can trade a queens, but then this power comes down on my two loose pieces down here. So I'd better not. I'd better leave this pawn back where it cements that knight into place. How about some trades? I'm ahead 2 pawns. Let's just trade rooks here. This does pull my knight back to the first rank, so I'm the one wasting time moving my knight back and then forward again. But I don't mind wasting a little time in exchange for getting all the rooks off the board. Since I've picked up 2 pawns for free, I definitely want to trade down into an endgame. So I'm pretty happy with this sequence overall. He's going for the f6 pawn. Can I hold all my pawns? I can try. That's good enough. So tempting to just try to keep everything. Sometimes you've got to give material away to get the win, though. You can see I've got 2 extra pawns here. So what I really should do is give one of them away, or at least be open to the possibility of giving one away in exchange for trading down into a win with the other one. What about way over here? I bet you didn't see that coming. I've got a check possibility, got this pawn hanging, and I can zip back over here again to the f2, e3 squares if I need to. Looking pretty good. I definitely want to get this knight off the back. Can I do that now? His queen can come in here. That's no good. It's a little dangerous. He's building up an attack on my king. But I think he's going to have a problem on the back rank. How will he stop this check? Not a lot of good ways to get out of this check. I think the best one is queen back here, which allows me to trade queens if I want to. But you know, I don't. I'd rather have a third free pawn. I should trade queens for simplicity, but it's way too tempting to become even more ahead. Now let's see if I regret it. He's throwing away more. I don't mind that. Queen and 2 knights, that's certainly enough to checkmate me. So I will have to tread carefully. What if I move my bishop to the deadly diagonal that his king resides on? Oh no! I didn't see that check. This could be danger. For sure. But maybe he'll check me so much my king will come all the way over to the other side of the board. It's happened before. Oh, his other knight's coming in. Oh, this is getting really scary. Really scary. Can I survive? King on the run. Stand back, everybody. What about up here? That's kind of cool. Or over here. That might be safer. Yeah, this way. He could pick up a free knight, but not a good idea because queen g7 will be checkmate. So now he's forced to check me forever. Uh-oh, queen f2 check looks pretty deadly. Knight there instead. What if I run this way? I'm getting away. Maybe I'll escape all the way to a8. Touchdown! Going for it. Can't block that check, although I would love to. What about up here? Don't really like that square, but it helps to avoid checks. And that's my goal here. 27 seconds is plenty of time, I think. So I'm playing a faster time control after this for sure. Gonna step it up. Step up the pace a little bit. I think I escaped these checks. I bet if we look at the computer analysis though, there's gonna be some amazing checkmate that he missed, or a way to trap my king in and pick up so much material that he actually wins. Oh, he's coming back to protect his king. What if I keep running? I want to save my knight. Only 17 seconds. That is not enough time. Here's his problem. This pawn right here is going to become another queen. Check. And then I will move my king with check. It's not every day you get to do that. Oh, this is kind of falling apart. And that's check. No! I'm losing this game. Horrible. Just horrible. I could take either free knight if he goes for the bishop. I might still not lose. Time's getting really, really short. I'll pre-move here. It's going to be an excellent check. Checks become really important when the time's almost out because it forces him to. And then here, and then here, and then here. Yeah, he's out of time. Boom! Take that. And if it had been a faster game, it would have been that much better. So for some reason, I've got an extra piece here in exchange for one pawn. Let's look at GG. Yes, indeed. Thanks for the game. See you around. Going to computer analysis. Which is definitely hard to spell. You go to school for that one. Request a computer analysis. So let's bring up the chat. Ooh, look at all the conversation. See if I can keep up with this. Dun, 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 dun. Looks really scary. Nice chess t-shirt. If you picked it up online, give me a link. Yeah, I've got to break the news to you. This is the only chess t-shirt in existence that looks exactly like this. I have a close friend who designed, let me show it off again, who designed this artwork for me because I love chess. And then he gave it to me in digital format so I could use it in my stream, which you can see here. Let's pull up the stream. Right down here is my cool logo, and he gave me a shirt. That's going to be confusing. With the logo. So it doesn't exist. However, if you really want to buy one, and I have multiple people who want to buy one, maybe we could have a batch made so you guys can all wear that cool shirt. So you can message me on LIChess if you're interested in buying this shirt. And I only have a few viewers right now, probably 5 or 10, so probably not enough for an order, but as time goes on, maybe more people ask about it and we'll make it happen. I am LIChess's main streamer. That's pretty cool. This shirt will be worth a lot. Maybe wishful thinking, but I think that would be cool. Now you guys are talking about what horrible mistakes I made. Can your friend design an LIChess t-shirt? Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Ornikar. For you guys who don't know, Ornikar is the secret name, Ornikar, of Thibaut himself, which is spelled like Thibault. So, it sounds like a code when I call him Thibaut also. He's a cool designer, and I'm sure he would love to do that. He does these line designs, so I could post a couple other of his designs If you guys are interested, just let me know. So let's get started in this game. Boom, boom, boom. Nothing interesting yet. A4, I want an exclamation mark on that move because I think it's so cool. It's hard to get that from the analyzer bot. It really just is negative and not positive. So it says H3 was a mistake because I should have pulled my bishop back. And because of C4. Excuse me. So if I had not pulled my bishop back, which I didn't, then he could have thrown C4 in here. Why can't I just play bishop C2 now? And there's a message. People are asking about that shirt. That's pretty cool. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. You're just looking at my face. I'm a noob at this thing. Okay, there we go, back to the game. I'm so sorry. Okay, so here's the message. Let's get back to where we were. This is where we're analyzing the game. Here's the moves. Ready? Watch closely. Ready, set, go. Okay, here's the game. Okay, I hope you saw that. So here's what I was looking at. The computer says that I should have pulled my bishop back because he could play c4. This is the move, the position I'm talking about. So the problem is, why can't I just, capture that pawn or move back? Why is this a problem? I don't see right off the bat. So here's what we can do. This is a cool feature. Let me show off LHS features. Continue from here. I'll open that in a new tab. And then, wait, that didn't do anything. Okay, you guys probably want to fix that because, it does this. Play with the machine. I want to play with the super amazing level 8 computer, and I want to be white. So there's me being white. And then I'm going to take this. So the computer will show me the problem. Queen there. Oh, it's because the knight. Look at that. If I go this way, I get checkmated. And if I go this way, I lose my queen. Awesome. So this is, by the way, we'll leave this page. Stay on this page. I'm going to resign. Good game, computer. You beat me. So by the way, if you're analyzing a game and you're like, what's wrong with this? I don't see it. You can actually play against a level 8 computer and it'll beat you every time. So that's a good way to explore different lines. So it's because this knight can come in here. And when I kicked him away and he moved away like this, then the opportunities were lost. A5 to C4. Inaccuracy, he should have played B5. Interesting. Step through the game here. Computer likes my trade of bishops. E5, no complaint there, kind of surprising. Didn't like his trade of the pawns. But look at this big advantage. It's already giving me a 3-pawn advantage. And I'm nowhere near that ahead in pieces. So it's my space and my attack possibilities. So I captured there. Interesting. Now that I'm looking at this again, maybe E6 would fork his pawns. Fork his pieces with my pawn. Interesting, the computer didn't recommend that. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing. Maybe this free pawn was just considered better. 2 pawns ahead. Trade rooks, and it says, didn't like that, queen h4 is better. So that's interesting. Come over here and start building up an attack. Yeah, trading rooks is a bad idea, just because you lose all your space. Right now, we're both challenging the e-file, this line here, and it's kind of balanced. We each have 1 rook there. After I trade, my knight, mistake, right? After I trade, he's got the control of the file, and then when I challenge it, it's a mistake because my knight is forced back. And then he didn't capitalize on it. He played queen b6. So let's say he had played b5, which is what's recommended. So here my pieces are much less active. Here they are back here, versus before I took his rook, which is this position. My pieces are much more active. So I don't recommend this trade, even though I did it in the game, because even though you're getting the rooks off the board, and I talked about this during the game, I liked getting the rooks off, but it just wasn't worth the cost of the inactive pieces. Best move was b4, kicking the knight. Missed that one. Knight eg5. He should have saved his knight. Check. Block. So I should have traded queens. And if I had traded queens here, it would have been an easy win. Safe, easy win, because I've got 2 pawns ahead. Look at that. It gives me a 5-pawn advantage, which might be a little extreme, but it's definitely an advantage. After I take this, it's too greedy, and now things get complicated. Although I'm still really winning. Look at that analysis. Mistake. There. Knight f4. Bishop e3. Mistake. Should have played queen takes a6. Really, do I need another pawn? And here's my big mistake. King g3 blunder. Should have played king g1. So I allowed all these checks, and it got me into a lot of hot water. And look at these dips down here. This is where he missed some awesome moves. And I think that's what you guys are saying in chat. Let's jump over to chat and see what you were saying. Ustream TV. You said something like, seems like there should have been a forced mate for black. Yep. Feel like I'm traveling in time. Yeah, that's always weird. Sorry about that, but that's the way the stream technology works. So checkmate is now unavoidable. He has a forced checkmate here right while I'm completely oblivious. So he needed to play knight here, discovered check, and then check. Look at this long mate though. Check, 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 checkmate. So he could have nailed me with a discovered check. But with this move now, I'm back in the lead. Look at that. We went from 7.3 advantage down here down to, where were we? Whoops, I just jumped to the end of the game. That was a little confusing. Let's go back to this. So 7.39 advantage down at the bottom, right here. Then we go to, he's got a maximum advantage, and then boom, I've got a huge advantage again. So that's what happens when you miss a forced checkmate. So I'm winning through all this sequence, and then I give it away one more time by pushing this pawn. So I should have just taken the knight on f3. Obviously. I was running really low on time in this game, though, at this point in time. And what a huge mistake. Now he's got a forced checkmate, probably. He should have played queen h8 check. Yep, he's got a mate that he missed. King forced up, and then queen there, checkmate. Actually, king could come out. And we can watch this line. Oh, I lose my queen to a huge fork. This is so sad. I should just stream bullet games and not analyze them, because then these mistakes would stay hidden. And then he runs out of time. Oh, well, talk about embarrassing. So one thing we learned from that was, what did we learn? Did we learn anything? I want to go back to the opening when things were still sane versus insane. We learned about this weakness down here with queen b6, and this all opened up. Got to be careful. So I should have pulled my bishop back. Other than that, it was a pretty typical opening. Let's read my message. What is the complete URL you provided? It was this. That was not about the shirt. Cool. I'll click that, make sure it works. Yep, looks good. Okay, let's play a speedy game to round out the cast. This is our last game of the day, 0-1. The cast is going to go a little bit long because I want to play a fast game. Let's see, over here at King's Crusher stream. Anybody talking in the chat? Note that you can browse the game by clicking on the graph. Oh, that's pretty cool. Thank you for telling me that. So down, I could actually say, okay, when I was way ahead, click right there, and then, oh, he's way ahead, click way down there, and jump around in the game. So this will be a good way. I haven't used that replay game feature very much, so that we'll be able to find some ways to improve it. Streams a few seconds back. Brag with them. Don't forget to show the board. Might want to change the camera view. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. And not only that, but I didn't see the chat either. So I should just keep the chat off screen. You know, here it is, here it's not. So I can actually read this during the cast. So I'm going to be paying more attention to you guys now because I can see the chat at the same time. So here's our 1 minute game. We're going to play one 1 minute game, and that's it. So ready? Ready? Or not? Here we go. I don't usually talk to my opponents and annoy them like that. Whoops, we're off to a bad start already. Well, this isn't bad, but I meant to play d4. So much more comfortable playing a fast game because I know if I lose a piece, I'll just run him out of time. But that's not a good way to play chess. So I should probably play more slow games anyway. I'll definitely be asking you guys, what do you like better? Watching me play badly slowly and then analyze myself playing badly slowly? Or watching me play super fast like this? Because it's definitely a different experience. I'll probably mix it up and do some each, but I'm definitely interested which one you guys like more. Do I want trade? Sure. Nah, I shouldn't have traded. I fixed his pawns for him. Close that up. Take that. Super bad bishop trapped in there now. Oh, your pawn is pinned. I'm going to win that pawn. Check. Oh, out of time. GG. You lost on camera. Okay, since that was so fast, one more game, but this is really the last one. Let's share the screen with this guy. E6. Why did that not come out? I think there's some kind of rate limiting where if you message things too fast, it stops you. But I'm not too fast. Look at this. I'm a normal speed. So that's not fair. Maybe it's because it's the same message again. It thinks, well, you're sending the same thing. You must be a spammer. I don't know. It's pretty amazing I can chat while playing 1 or 0 minute chess. You're crazy. How's this going? Pretty good. Oh, my queen! No, no, not my queen. No, don't take it. Oh, he took my queen. And now he's going to come checkmate me. Pretty bad. I'm going to have to mate him. Close that up. Here I come. Pinned. And wind. That's a play on pin it and win it. However, wind is not quite right. So I'll have to work on that one. Don't look now, but your queen's under attack. Oh, he saved it. So this is my new plan. Just keep attacking his queen till he flags. Boom! Attacking his queen is the secret to winning. He'll never escape. Good games. Thanks. Gotta run. Goota run. Another time. You were on camera. Smiley face and stream. Alright, so that wraps up episode 4. Next cast is going to be Saturday. Pretty excited. Same time, Saturday, which is 2 days. I'm pretty excited because if we jump over to tournaments here, you can see the LHS monthly tournaments are coming up on Saturday. So these only happen once a month, so that's pretty exciting. And I'm going to be playing in the monthly bullet Saturday at 8 a.m., which is my time. The rest of you have a different time probably because you're all in different time zones. And we've already got someone joined there. And then in the blitz, which is I'm thinking going to be very popular, I already have 3 people even though we're 2 days out. So that's pretty cool. Definitely going to be looking for some feedback on whether you guys prefer the speedy games or those slower games like I casted today. Any other announcements? If you guys are interested in this shirt, I'm going to show it off one more time. Let me know by private message. You can just message me on LHS, or you can post in the stream thread, which is over here in forum. Sorry, camera again. Come on, camera. Screen. General discussion stream, you can post about the shirt there. And Thibaut, if you're interested in a LHS themed shirt, you can also hit me up on private message and we'll discuss that. So this is ChessWiz signing off. Take care, guys.